From WYLN Hazleton, this is WYLN's late edition News at 10 with meteorologist Joe Garbacek, sports with Beth Mensinger, anchors Lisa Sugar and L.A. Tyrone. News, weather, sports, features, and more. You're watching WYLN's late edition News at 10.
Good evening and welcome to WYLN's Late Edition for Thursday, June 20th, 2013. I'm Lisa Sugart. Tonight, the latest on curriculum changes in the Hazleton Area School District. Gary Perna reports. And one day and counting till the Wyoming Valley River Fest. WYLN will be broadcasting live Friday and Saturday. Plus, your final chance to win tickets to the High Mountain Craft Beer Festival in Hazel Township. In sports, Beth Mensinger has some college signings for local athletes. And meteorologist Joe Garbacek has your weekend forecast. But first, Late Edition's look at tonight's top stories. Big troubles for LAG Towing. Today, the State Department of Revenue filed a lien against it. It says LAG and owner Leo Glodzik owe over $519,000 in back state taxes to the Commonwealth. Glodzik had been the City of Wilkes-Barre's exclusive towing contractor from 2005 till he was suspended 2 weeks ago after his arrest on theft charges for allegedly stealing from a car during an FBI sting. Well, to say that this morning's special meeting of the Banks Township Supervisors was heated is somewhat of an understatement. WYLN's Gary Perna was there for all the action.
Those chants came after Banks Township Supervisors Walter Babowski and Teresa Schott voted to place a bid on the former Capriotti's building to make it the new municipal building.
There's no way you should even be thinking about buying a building. The expenses of carrying that building, like John said, you guys are dreaming. $1,500 a month, you're dreaming. Plus the remodel that you're going to spend to make offices in there, you are dreaming.
Do we need township offices? No, for what? This is not a full-time workforce, police force township. I'm talking. It's Banks Township. And I think by the amount of people in this room, it should be telling you two especially that we do not want this built. I'm talking.
I'm a lifelong resident. I don't want my money spent on this building. I don't need this building. I am trying to keep my house afloat. And believe me, it's hard.
Despite what the residents said about buying the buildings, the supervisors voted 2-1 to place a bid of $150,000 to buy it. Residents were not pleased with the supervisors. Many of them started yelling at them after the meeting. Both Babowski and Schott left immediately following the meeting. We spoke with Supervisor Rick Propiglia about what took place today.
I like a building too. We talked about it a couple months ago, but then when I started doing the finances, we can't afford it. And then when I started talking to people in the streets and that, they told me they don't want it. Well, here's a show of force. You got about 40 people in there says they don't want it. I mean, they're just not listening to the people. They're doing what they want.
It is safe to say that the residents who showed up at the Banks Township Supervisors meeting today are not thrilled with the supervisors after they placed the bid on this building, the former Capriotti's Catering Hall. The residents who were at the meeting say instead of spending the money on the building, spend the money on repairing the streets, because the residents say the streets in this community are horrible.
I mean, the roads are disastrous. The playgrounds, they didn't do nothing to the playground in years. You go down to Junedale or Audenry and them the playgrounds are, even Tresco, they didn't put the swings up until a couple weeks ago. They didn't even put them up.
Late Edition found this 85-year-old woman out sweeping dirt into potholes on her street. She told us she does this so she does not fall while she's walking to the post office to get her mail. A representative from Landmark Bank, now that is the bank that is giving the township the loan, was on hand to answer questions. The loan is for $112,000 and would be at a fixed rate for 15 years. Now that the offer has been made, the township will have to wait and see if the owner of the building, Tom Trella, will accept the bid. In Tresco, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. Well, is there a final budget for the Hazleton Area School District tonight? Late Edition's Ann Gownley was at the meeting tonight and has all the details.
With a near $2 million deficit and only a few days to pass a budget, the Hazleton Area School District met tonight for the last time. At next Tuesday's board meeting, the board will be presented with 3 different options that will revolve around tax rates. In option 1, Carbon and Luzerne County will see a reduction in tax rates and Schuylkill County will stay the same. That option in effect will cost the district over $160,000 in tax revenue. In option 2, Carbon will see a slight deduction, Luzerne will stay the same, and Schuylkill will see an increase from 29.9 to 30.5 mils. If the district chooses this option, it will pick up $850,000, reduce the $2 million deficit, and use the district's fund balance to balance the budget. Business manager Tony Reba spoke with us after tonight's meeting and reminds us that the district did have 2 major struggles this year, and those were something that the district had to take into consideration when putting together the budget for next school year.
One was the retirement rate increase that increased several $1 million for us. The second struggle is we're bringing a whole new school on board with the Academy of Sciences down in Drums. So, we're trying to balance everything out. Obviously, our revenues, we did see an increase for the first time from the Department of Ed on our basic education funding. We're getting about $650,000 more. As you know, the last 2 years have been flat funded. So, but for the most part, there's not much increases coming as far as revenues go.
Reba adds that after looking over the options with administrators and board members, in his opinion, option 2 would be the best.
Which is kind of a middle-of-the-road option. Again, Luzerne stays the same, Carbon gets a cut, and Schuylkill gets a slight increase.
The school board is planning to adopt the 2013-14 budget at Tuesday's regular school board meeting beginning at 6 p.m. In Hazel Township, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Ann Gownley.
Thanks, Ann. Well, the Hazleton Area School Board will decide next week whether or not to place armed guards inside the district's elementary middle schools. That subject came up at last night's school board committee meetings. An item that was forwarded to next Tuesday's board meeting agenda reads, request a motion by the board to approve armed SROs or unarmed security officers to man the metal detectors in elementary middle schools. An SRO is a school resource officer. The district currently has such officers on the high school level. 2 board members voiced concerns about having guns around the younger students.
Not only the question of armed guards, where children can manage to grab a gun or whatever, the value of the cost of doing this at a detriment to our education. You have to understand that. The question is, what is your school district all about?
I just don't think we need an armed guard with kindergarten, first and second graders going through it. Going through the metal detectors is going to be enough of a trauma, I think, until they get used to it. I just personally don't like having a weapon in the building with the younger children. Is it a deterrent? I don't know. I don't know if it'll stop anything or not, but to me, our elementary schools are safe. They're more community schools as compared to the high school and the career center in the 9th grade building. You have a different setup as we're coming through the schools into the buildings, and I just don't like having the weapons around the younger children.
The metal detectors, which have been used on the high school level, are new for the fall in the elementary middle schools. Dr. Robert Child supports screening students for weapons, but
You had one end of the country attacked. It was a terrible tragedy. But to say now, well, we're going to put armed guards in every elementary school in the country, whoa. That's a big jump. It's very expensive. And what are you going to stop? Somebody who's into it, I mean, they come in through the sewer pipe, get into your building. It's crazy. You can only go just so far in protection, and reasonable protection is fine. Once you get beyond reasonable, I'm not so sure. Do remember that if you talk of the Columbine incident many years ago, there were armed guards in that school. So what good did they do?
Now again, the board will vote on this matter at its monthly meeting on Tuesday. And the Hazleton Area School District is also in the midst of restructuring high school cheerleading. The school board will vote Tuesday night on a proposal that would create 3 different squads at Hazleton Area High School. The reason? To comply with changes made under Title IX, the federal law that requires equity in sports.
About 18 months ago, the PIAA designated what we call cheerleading as a sport. However, the sport is called competitive spirit. And that's because, different from years ago, where a lot of the actual cheerleading is in this competition, where they actually keep score and it's judged and there's first place, second place, etc. Well, now with the impending Act 82 out of the Pennsylvania General Assembly, you can only use cheerleading as Title IX numbers if you have a pure competitive spirit squad.
Fred Barletta Jr. is the district's athletic director. He explained the proposed change to board members during last night's committee meetings. He said the district thought this was the right time to look into this matter, and he believes it will allow more students to get involved.
On the other hand, Lisa, I think it also is going to afford opportunities for a girl that might want to be a cheerleader, but can't do all those gymnastic stunts that are involved and have really prevented them from being part of the cheerleading squad. That's why we were using the term traditional cheerleading squad.
Barletta said Peg Pennypacker, a Title IX expert who served as consultant for the district, explained that her school has set up similar squads. He also explained that current squad members will be grandfathered in and allowed to participate in both the competitive and traditional squads. However, starting with the incoming new freshmen, students must then choose which squad they'll try out for.
It will be up to each individual coach, as it is with any other team, to decide how many they want on the squad. I think the intent here, at least in my mind, is that we're going to double the varsity cheerleading squad. That if we're going to have, let's say, 30 girls that are going into this competition squad, that we would have somewhere at least 20 to 30 girls in the traditional squad as well to carry that on.
As in the past, the squad will be open to both girls and boys. The proposed change means cheerleading tryouts would be pushed back to after June 1st to allow for the sports physicals to be given, since cheerleading would now be a sport. The board is expected to vote on the change and coaches for both the traditional and competitive squads during Tuesday night's meeting. Each coach would receive a salary of $3,728. Well, no decision yet on the question of a new election in the Hazleton Area School District, but the attorney who represents incumbent Carmeli Yankevich and 24 other plaintiffs feels pretty confident he made the case for one.
We think that it will be completed within the next 5 to 7 days, and that the election court realizes that we have to have the election done on or around August 12th of 2013, because that's the last day to withdraw before the general election. So the county has indicated, Luzerne County has indicated, that they would like to have the election done no later than August 1st of this year, so that the court knows that there's an urgency to it. So we think it'll be a very, very quick turnaround on their decision.
If one is called, exactly how it will be done is yet to be determined.
It's going to be interesting how the three counties work together, because each election board and each election bureau has their own way of counting the votes, and of course the voting machines and such. So we're not here to determine what process they're going to use. It's going to be more of how it's going to be done and how quickly it's going to be done, and that's going to be decided by the election bureaus after they determine whether or not the election itself should be overturned.
Luzerne County has proposed using absentee ballots and says it will cover all costs. Vinsco says it will take cooperation.
Initial decision as to how the election is going to be conducted is going to be by the Luzerne County Election Board. Because they are the largest county that covers the Hazleton Area School District, they're going to be the ones that are going to make the decision, and then they're going to work it out with the logistics with the other two counties. And of course, if someone wants to object, they can do so at that time. But Luzerne County Election Board will be the lead county in this.
As you know, the question of a new election arose after Steve Hahn's name was still on the Schuylkill and Carbon County ballots, even though he had pulled out well before Election Day. Yankevich finished in 5th place on both party tickets, but well within 40 votes of getting a nomination on either ticket. A new version of an old Hazleton City ordinance. Last night, Hazleton City Council voted 3-2 to pass a revised version of the Quality of Life Ordinance. It addresses the same general issues such as garbage, high weeds, vehicle violations, but changes the amount of time those in violation have to pay their fines. Chief of Police Frank DeAndrea explained to Council that the time frame decreased from 72 hours to remedy violations to 48 hours. We spoke with Council President Jim Perry after last night's meeting.
I think he basically gave us an outline of what it was, why he wanted to have it done, and I think it was very well done. I think the chief always comes very prepared. But we, ahead of time would have been sufficient, but that would solve some of those problems, perhaps even with the permit. So we want to make sure we're not overcharging people. I mean, this is We don't want to be a money grab, and I think what people are sensing, you just want to charge, you want to add more fees. We want to give them reason, we want to give them purpose, we want to give them, that everybody is fairly getting this process. And it's hard for us to, enact everything and do everything. We don't have enough people. We can, not enough police force and enough police officers to do all the things we want to.
In addition, the old version had violators pay based on a first, second, or third offense. The updated version lists only one fine of either $50 or $100, depending on the violation. If a person does not pay the city within 20 days after they're ticketed, a citation will be filed with the district judge rather than an appeals officer. The man responsible for a controversial video is now facing drug charges in Maryland. It is billed as All Night Long by a rapper who called himself Showtime. He was later identified as 18-year-old Devon Barlow of Hazleton. Police in Ocean City, Maryland filed drug charges against him and 18-year-old Eric Garzio of Hazel Township this weekend. The charges against Barlow are felonies, meaning he had what the states call a sufficient quantity of marijuana. The charges against Barlow are misdemeanors, simple possession, and paraphernalia possession as well. This Saturday marks the second annual High Mountain Craft Beer Festival, sponsored by the Rotary Club of Hazleton. The club meets each week inside Genetti's on Route 309 in Hazel Township. This weekend's festival will also take place at Genetti's, but it will be outdoors.
This weekend we're having a beer fest, which is an opportunity to taste beers from a lot of different microbreweries. It's going to be a fun event, but more importantly, it's going to be an event that raises some money for us. Heavily involved in the community, as I said, and we do a lot of international things as well, but we keep this money here as local, and this particular event's going to be used for scholarship program for children attending colleges and technical institutes going forward. So look forward for everybody coming out.
In the Turkey Hill, the Berwick Brewery Company, Lion Brewery, Susquehanna Brewery, a couple of local distributors are bringing their craft beers. They expect over 60 different types of beers. Verastros are bringing their beers. There'll be bands playing. There's music. Genetti's is providing different types of knockwursts, different types of, German meats that go well with beer.
Again, the festival will feature live music, vendors, T-shirts, and much more. You must be 21 to get in. Tickets are $20 in advance, $25 at the door. Designated drivers are just $10. For tickets, log on to hazeltonrotary.org or call Genetti's at 454-2494. Or you can call right now. Get ready to dial and win. This Saturday does mark that annual beer festival sponsored by the Rotary. So we have two final pairs of tickets to give away, a $40 value. Call us now at 459-1869, extension 1172. Leave your name, town, and phone number on the voicemail. We will pick two lucky viewers' names at random. Remember, you can only win once every 60 days, and this is for our live 10 o'clock newscast only. Finally, over the past 4 years, Leadership Hazleton has spent nearly $43,000 on projects in Greater Hazleton. Each year, the organization receives many applications from nonprofits from around the area asking for their help. This year, they have chosen the Helping Hands Society playground.
We're trying to refurbish it as much as we can. We've been here 4 or 5 times painting. We've gone through 9 gallons of paint so far, and we're still not anywhere near finished. 50 yards of mulch, so anybody wants to come and spread mulch, they're welcome to help us out to try to beautify it a little bit in conjunction with this beautiful butterfly garden that they're building as well. So this is our project. We've been working at it. I think we have maybe 2 more sessions and we'll be ready to go and call it a complete project.
Clark tells us that it is a great feeling to help out an organization in the area that gives back so much to our youth.
We've developed a relationship with Helping Hands. It's a great organization, and the good they've done over many, many years. My old high school baseball coach, John Seaman, started this whole thing, and he's done a great job over the years, and Mary Beth continuing that, and the teachers here are so dedicated, and it makes you feel good when you see the kids enjoying what you're doing and trying to help them.
Now, if you'd like to help or get involved with Leadership Hazleton, log on to leadershiphazleton.org. And that's a look at tonight's top stories. Well, the weekend is fast approaching, and the many festivities like the Beer Fest and other activities, the River Fest. Will the weather cooperate? Meteorologist Joe Garbachik's in the Weather Center right now with our preview. Joe?
Thanks very much, Lisa. Well, overall, things looking pretty good for tomorrow as well as Saturday. But what about as we head into Sunday and going into next week? We'll talk what we can expect from 7-day forecast coming up next.
Did you hear about the new grooming place in town? Yep. Should we try them out?
Nope. You two need to go to the Lazy Dog. Steve and Melissa always take good care of us, and we look fantastic.
Don't go anywhere but the Lazy Dog. They are great at what they do. They are locally owned and reasonably priced. Why would you even think about going to a big box groomer?
You're right, pups. I'm going to the Lazy Dog for all my grooming. The Lazy Dog, your locally owned, locally operated groomer, serving the Hazelton area since 2009.
Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in and check out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week at Heritage, it's their summer buy one, get one free sale with over 30 free items available.
All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Tamaqua, PA is a 3-generation family-owned and operated dealership entering their 33rd year of business and continues to uphold the family philosophy that every customer should be treated as part of the family. Stop in and let them show you how they honor these values. You'll meet a family member in every department, from finding your new car in sales to low interest rates and financing and extending your vehicle's life and service.
Give us the opportunity to show you. We're big enough to serve you, but small enough to know you.
When severe weather hits our area, the WILN Weather Center brings you precise weather information you need to plan your day. And now you can get the latest weather conditions online anytime at WILNTV.com. Utilizing the latest technology, meteorologist Joe Garbacic brings you the most accurate weather information available, including webcams to view current road conditions and detailed maps of our area. For a full, detailed, and accurate daily weather report, watch WILN Weather with Joe Garbacic weekdays at 5 and 10 and online anytime at WILNTV.com.
It definitely was a very nice day across all of our area, and a nice weather is going to continue as we head into tomorrow and Saturday. And as you wake up well, maybe not wake up in the morning, go to bed, or let's put it this way, a little after 1 in the morning, about 1:05, heading into Friday morning, it officially marks summer. Yeah, it's not a summer solstice. And as a result, that's when the rays are going to be directed upon the Tropic of Cancer, which is 23.5 degrees north. So officially, tomorrow, we will be in the season of summer. Live 35 Skycast Doppler, nothing to show you. It is quiet across our area, no precipitation to deal with, and we'll continue to see dry conditions through the overnight hours. Live Lehigh Tire conditions outside our station in Hazelton in the 60s, 63 degrees to be exact. Pressure coming in at 30.19 inches of mercury, and we have been dry since midnight. Started out on a relatively chilly note. You may have even had to last night put the sweater on or sweatshirt because it was a cool one out there, or even early this morning in the 40s to lower 50s, but then we rebounded nicely in the 70s and some locations up into the 80s. Temperature-wise right now, 65 in New Angola, 69 in Berwick, 66 in Monoy City, 67 degrees in Bloomsburg. Satellites and radar looking very nice across our area. Just a few clouds down toward the south, but the rest of us looks very nice, clear to mostly clear skies. That will be the case through tonight and through tomorrow. Saturday looking like a pretty nice looking day as well. In fact, going into Sunday and much of next week, it does look nice, but we're going to start to increase those temperatures, and as we increase those temperatures and some of the humidity levels, we'll increase the threat of a shower or thunderstorm any one of those days starting Sunday right through next week. And again, the numbers really getting up there. Noontime hour on Saturday, temperatures well into the 70s. Some locations will be near 80 degrees. Tonight, again, a cool night out there, comfortable, dropping down into the 50s. And tomorrow, again, higher elevations, maybe not getting out of the 70s. Elsewhere, temperatures have a shot of getting up into the 80s. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys at the Division of Arc Electric. Here's what we can expect in the mid-70s tomorrow, in the 80s heading into Saturday, and staying in the 80s for Sunday going into next week. Again, with those increase in temperatures, With the increase in humidity comes the threat of a shower or thunderstorm any one of those days. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery numbers: a daily 276, the big 4 6340, quinto numbers 14266, and a cash 5 14 23 30 37 and 38. Lisa.
Thank you, Joe. Coming up, changes in curriculum for the Hazleton Area School District. Gary Perna has the details when we come right back on Late Edition.
WYLN TV 35 is looking to hire a highly motivated, energetic salesperson for the Hazleton and surrounding areas. We offer a competitive salary and benefits package. Call 956-5772.
Liz Tolan. I'd like to invite you to the first annual COPS event. It's taking place on September 21st right here at the Butler Township Community Center. This event, brought to you by WYLN 35 in Hazleton, the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance, and other area sponsors, will consist of a 5K run, 5K walk, kids fun run, open air concert, free cookout for the community, crafters, tricky trays, and so much more. Proceeds from this event will go to benefit 4 area police departments. When you call these men and the men and women they serve with, they're going to be there for you. Won't you take one day out of your busy schedule and be there for them?
The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce welcomes all vendors and crafters to participate in a downtown Hazleton Farmers Market beginning Saturday, July 13th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 20 West Broad Street. To become a vendor, call 570-455-1509 or email info@hazletonchamber.org.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, announcing how everybody can make the Grand Central connection with the grand opening of our second location on Route 93 across from Berger Family Dealerships. During our grand opening celebration, take part in our weekly $300 Hazel Park gift certificate giveaway. Grand opening price is up to 50% off, free delivery, and up to 36 months interest-free financing. And remember, shop Grand Central, where your house becomes a home.
When it comes to the wire guys, you are going to have an amazing experience. And if it means giving you back your money, plus, I'm going to do it. We guarantee everything. 112% money back guarantee. Labor and material guaranteed for a year. So you don't really need to worry about it. You're going to walk up to the wall, throw the switch, put your power cords in, the outlets, and everything is the way it's supposed to be. Call me. Your time is valuable. If we're late, you get paid.
Go hog wild for Iron Pigs Baseball. WYLN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs Live, America's favorite pastime on your local network, WYLN TV 35. See the Major League Stars of tomorrow at Don't miss any of the games here on WYLN TV 35. Visit WYLNTV.com for a complete Iron Pig schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WYLN, your home for live sports.
Welcome back. Officials in the Hazleton Area School District are meeting over the summer break to come up with new plans for teaching in the district. Our Gary Perna has more.
Students in the Hazleton Area School District may be home enjoying their summer vacation, but some of their teachers are spending part of their summer break in the classroom updating curriculum for the district.
We have 3 teams currently actively writing curriculum and revising curriculum. That is math, specific to Algebra 1, English Language Arts, and Biology. These teams are composed of representatives at this point, grades 9 through 12, both from the Career Center, the 9th grade center, the high school, and also the Academy of Sciences. So we have a nice balance of folks. They're working very hard, doing some outstanding work. In the case of our mathematics team, which is meeting this week, we've made significant progress, and we feel we're doing good quality work.
Dr. Craig Butler is Assistant Superintendent of Schools, who is in charge of this project. Dr. Butler said the district is concerned with the recent report of the missing AYP.
Definitely a priority for us, Gary. We realize that achievement-wise, we do have some celebrations. We have our distinguished grads and our top-level students that do well and compete favorably with their competitors statewide relative to post-secondary admissions. That being said, we want to and need to serve all of our students, prepare them to be, again, ready for life beyond high school. So with regard to AYP and what will soon be known as the school performance profile, we know we need to do better. And we're looking for the revised curriculum and implementing that, putting that into practice in the classroom.
One of the teachers involved in this session is Ann Confletti, who is the chair of the math department. She tells us they started this project in April.
With the help of LIU 18 and their guidance and direction to lead us in terms of how we should be aligning Common Core with our new Algebra 1 curriculum. So when we started in April, our first goal was to write our objectives, and that took us probably 2 meeting days to do so. After the objectives were written, then we came up with a plan of action starting for what we were going to do for the summer in these 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
According to both, one major key in this program is to keep building on the lessons the students have learned in past years.
It's very important for students to keep that consistent because math is a building block and it's a foundation. And the one thing is with the Algebra 1 course, that's the foundational course for every other math course that a student takes in our district.
The work that Dr. Butler and math teachers are doing here in district administration will go into effect during the 2013-14 school year. They say it will be phased in so the teachers have time to work with the new curriculum and have the students prepare for the changes that are coming.
I think the one thing is you always look at your curriculum. Curriculum is never finished. You know, yes, we're putting a lot of time and effort into it because of Common Core, but I think the one thing you always need to do with curriculum is reevaluate, re-examine it. And for us, this isn't the first time we're going through it. When Keystones came on the books, we went ahead and we started to realign. So now we're starting to look at it and tweak it even more to meet those Common Core standards and to make it better than what it was and what it will be.
At District Administration for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Gary Perna.
Thanks, Gary. From curriculum to college signings, Beth's in with local sports next.
The High Mountain Craft Beer Festival is Saturday, June 22nd from 1 to 5 at the Best Western Genetti Inn and Suites in Hazleton. The festival benefits the Hazleton Rotary Scholarship. Come sample over 40 great craft beers, taste some great food, and listen to some great music provided by one of Northeastern Pennsylvania's premier cover bands, Ostrich Hat. You must be 21 to enter, and tickets are available in advance or on the day of the festival. Craft beer lovers, don't miss the High Mountain Craft Beer Festival, Saturday, June 22nd. Hey everyone, want some close-to-home fun? Join the Keystone Active Zone Passport program to create your own backyard adventure exploring parks, trails, and events. It's fun, easy, and it's free. This year's Passport has more than 30 stops. Enjoy Riverfest in Wilkes-Barre and Pittston. Explore the Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor and more. Register at kazpassport.org. Visit as many stops as you want. Each stop has a question. Find the answers and log them in on the website. Start exploring today. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton, serving the greater Hazleton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
WYLN TV 35 in cooperation with Service Electric Wilkes-Barre presents the Wyoming Valley Riverfest and Sojourn, June 21st, 22nd, and 23rd with a live TV broadcast Friday, June 21st from 5 to 8 p.m. and Saturday, June 22nd from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Learn about the beauty, splendor, and cultural significance of the Susquehanna River, interviews with people who make Riverfest possible, and outstanding musical entertainment including Stanky and the Coal Miners. For more information, visit rivercommon.org.
If you were watching the first half of sports yesterday, you saw former area girls basketball standout Kayla Felty talking about her new endeavor, coaching the inaugural season of the Bryn Athens College women's basketball team. Here at WYLN, we will be keeping a close eye on that squad because of Felty and also because of one area player stepping on the court for the Lady Lions. Yesterday, Kiana Schoenagel, a former guard for the Hazelton area girls basketball team, announced her plans to continue in the red and white at Bryn Athens. We asked the recent grad why she picked the small suburban Philadelphia school.
Well, I really didn't know about the colleges at first, but it came aware to me when Coach Felty came to me about basketball. So I decided to go visit it, and I fell in love with it.
We also asked what Coach Felty and Schoenagel's relationship is like, with both bringing hardcore Cole Region basketball to Montgomery County.
She's like a friend, actually. I mean, she's younger, so she kind of knows like how we are and how we act. And I think she has a really good head on her shoulders and knows how to coach, and I think she'll be a great coach.
So I'm really excited to have Kiana. Like you said, from around the area, she knows what goes into being a good basketball player. It's not always the talent, it's the working hard, it's the dedication, it's the toughness, mental toughness, physical toughness, and I think that she has all of those things. She's dedicated, wants to play, and her excitement to join this team, I think, will definitely be infectious for the rest of the players.
Schoenagel will be studying biology pre-med at Bryn Athens. And from Crestwood, another athlete taking his career to the next level, Alex Mahalik, center midfielder for the Comets, announced he'll be heading to Elizabethtown College. Mahalik was a captain for the Comets from 2010 to 2012 and was a Citizens Voice Athlete of the Week throughout his high school career. Mahalik scored 42 goals. Also from Crestwood, starting center for the Lady Comets basketball team, Sydney Myers, announced she will be attending University of the Sciences in Philadelphia. While Myers was injured the latter part of her senior year, she still had quite a high school career. Not only was she a captain of the Comets squad, both her junior and senior years, she was also a first-team All-Star and pulled in an honorable mention her sophomore year. And this past weekend, a group of sport shooters were at Whitetail Preserve in Black Creek Township raising money for a debilitating disease. The event was the 8th annual Courageous Cousins Shoot for the Cure for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. There were raffles, door prizes, and a number of different shooting competitions, all raising money for research. We talked to one of the organizers, Larry Stiebel, about how the fundraiser actually began.
Well, it started about basically 8 years ago. My grandson Benjamin has CF, so we started the event to help, just another venue to raise funds. Boomer Esiason runs a Sporting Clays event where he raises a few $100,000, which is great, and so we just copied that and started our local event.
Nicole Gordon has been sport shooting for about 5 years and has been participating in this Shoot for the Cure for the last couple. She said while it's a great cause, it's an even better time for all skill levels.
It was 4 or 6. Somewhat. I'm not a pro, not the best, but I still have fun with it.
Along with the Shoot for the Cure this past weekend, another one is being held at Whitetail Preserve tomorrow to raise money for researching blood cancers, including leukemia and lymphoma. For more information, visit Whitetail's website at whitetailpreserve.com. Stick around for some Chase Utley and Fightin' Phil's highlights coming up in a few, but first, Lisa's back with your top story recaps.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You're going to meet Christy Legg, and she's going to tell you how a very simple thing she was doing was giving her a hard time with her spine, and how very quickly Dr. John was able to help her feel so much better. Her story is coming up this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
Recapping tonight's top stories, big troubles for LAG Towing. Today, the State Department of Revenue filed a lien against it. It says LAG and owner Leo Glodzik owe over $519,000 in back taxes to the Commonwealth. Glodzik had been the City of Wilkes-Barre's exclusive towing contractor from 2005 until he was suspended 2 weeks ago after his arrest on theft charges for allegedly stealing from a car during an FBI sting. More controversy today at the Banks Township Supervisors meeting. Gary Perna was there.
Those chants came after Banks Township Supervisors Walter Babowski and Teresa Schott voted to place a bid on the former Capriotti's building to make it the new municipal building.
That there's no way you should even be thinking about buying a building. The expenses of carrying that building, like John said, you guys are dreaming. $1,500 a month, you're dreaming. Plus the remodel that you're going to spend to make offices in there, you are dreaming.
Do we need township offices? No. For what? This is not a full-time workforce, police force township. I'm talking. It's Banks Township. And I think by the amount of people in this room, it should be telling you two especially that we do not want this built. I'm talking.
I'm a lifelong resident. I don't want my money spent on this building. I don't need this building. I am trying to keep my house afloat. And believe me, it's hard.
Despite what the residents said about buying the buildings, the supervisors voted 2-1 to place a bid of $150,000 to buy it. Residents were not pleased with the supervisors. Many of them started yelling at them after the meeting. Both Babowski and Schott left immediately following the meeting. We spoke with Supervisor Rick Propiglia about what took place today.
I like the building too. We talked about it a couple months ago, but then when I started doing the finances, we can't afford it. And then when I started talking to people in the streets and that, they told me they don't want it. Well, here's a show of force. You got about 40 people in there says they don't want it. I mean, they're just not listening to the people. They're doing what they want.
It is safe to say that the residents who showed up at the Banks Township Supervisors meeting today are not thrilled with the supervisors after they placed a bid on this building, the former Capriotti's Catering Hall. The residents who were at the meeting say, instead of spending the money on the building, spend the money on repairing the streets, because the residents say the streets in this community are horrible.
I mean, the roads are disastrous. The playgrounds, they didn't do nothing to the playground in years. You go down to Junedale or Audenry and then play.
I apologize, we're having technical difficulties with that story. That's a look at tonight's top story recap. When we come back, a big weekend in Wilkes-Barre will take you to the preparations for Riverfest, and Beth will be back in with more sports.
And we will crank up the humidity.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center. Nestled within the quiet town of Weatherly, PA, we offer our residents and their families tranquil and scenic views from just about anywhere in the building. We are located within minutes of Hazleton General Hospital, as well as major metropolitan medical and trauma centers in the Lehigh Valley. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secured dementia unit within our facility. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by today for a tour.
For a dealer that will take the time to get to know our needs.
And hook me up with something that has some all-wheel drive and some power. Blam! And what will you be using the car for primarily? Cycling, snowboarding, kayaking, you know.
Gardening, antiquing, and commuting to work.
I've got just the car.
And we've got just the dealer.
The right car.
The right price.
The right dealer. Fairway Subaru. Yeah.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy.
At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
Join us at Carmen's Country Inn, where Happily Ever After begins on Sunday, June 30th from noon until 3 for the wedding show of the season, Beautiful Beginnings. The area's finest in service and products will be on hand to show you how you can make your dream day come true. Enjoy a fashion show by Wedding Bells Bridal Shop. Sample a wine designed especially for the occasion by Simply Homebrew. Not planning a wedding? Join us anyway for great ideas on how to make your next social event spectacular. Join us and bring your friends. This event is free and open to the public.
Welcome back. A major event will kick off tomorrow at 6 p.m. along the banks of the Susquehanna River in Wilkes-Barre. Friday evening marks the start of a 3-day event that focuses on environmental awareness and education, all in a fun-filled family atmosphere. The event is the annual Wyoming Valley River Fest at Nesbitt Park and the River Common.
It started about 18 years ago with a couple of card tables in Nesbitt Park, very modest affair. Put out some information about environmental education, awareness, and stewardship. And fast forward, we grew it slowly over the years, adapted to what the public wanted, what they wanted to see, added some river tours to it, some kayak tours, and food vendors, and a lot of exciting things for children. And then the last 3 years, dragon boat racing.
John Mayday is the Membership Services Coordinator for the Greater Wilkes-Barre Chamber of Business and Industry and one of the many people who makes Riverfest a reality. The festivities get underway Friday with an opening ceremony entitled Awaken the Dragon. The tradition dates back to China 2,000 years ago in the days of dragon boat racing, which will be taking place again this year right here in Wilkes-Barre.
When the dragons leave a race, after they've raced, as they will here, traditionally they slumber, they go to sleep, they have to rest. When they get to the next race, we have to wake them up. And the way we do this is we have to open their eyes, so we have to paint the center of their eyes with black paint.
Local children will dress in Chinese costume to greet the dragon and kick off the celebration on the river.
Oh man, we want people to come down. We're going to do this, everything kicks off Friday around 6 o'clock. We have Classic Rock Express playing, and after that will be Don Chappelle and the Pickups. And right around 7 o'clock we'll be doing this Dragon, Waking the Dragon ceremony. I'll tell you this, it's extremely colorful. We're going to have food vendors on site. We have free family fishing, courtesy of the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission. You do not need a license. Come on down, bring your kids.
Festival goers can add their personal touch to the community mural, enjoy an art exhibit, and of course great entertainment, including Classic Rock Express and Don Chappelle and the Pickups on Friday night. And for the first time ever, Polka on the River Common Saturday from 6 till 8:30 with Stanky and the Coal Miners. And you can see it live right here on WYLN. So mark your calendars for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Riverfest 2013. And again, we will be broadcasting live starting at 5 o'clock tomorrow from Riverfest with Topic A with Dave Yonkai and our L.A. Tyrone, and then from 6 till 8, and then again on Saturday for Stanky and the Coal Miners. We hope to see you there. Beth is back in with sports when we come right back.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. for chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and trophy trout fishermen, which is why we've built our new Discoverer AT3 for all traction, all terrain, all the time performance. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Cloud. Recently, I interviewed a constitutional attorney, and he made the point that one of the most important things we need to do to make government better is for state legislators to shore up states' rights. This week, I'm joined by State Representative Tara Toohill of the 116th District. We'll talk about liquor privatization, pensions, and the state budget, and what she is doing to enforce and enhance states' rights. This week on The Storm, only on WYLN.
You work hard at fundraising events for your organization. What better way to raise awareness to your cause than to wear a custom embroidered or screen printed shirt from CTC Apparel Plus? CTC makes it easy to create t-shirts that get your message out. Not only do we have packages at different levels that are affordable, but the t-shirts will be name brand, stylish, and comfortable. All it takes is a minimum of 25 shirts to start promoting. There are no setup fees or deposits required. Call CTC today at 570-454-3754.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational, speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
Off the Beaten Path is a half-hour program that showcases interesting and unique people, places, and things in Pennsylvania. Hosted by Jeff Bonomo, Brian Bromley, and Ken Cara, Off the Beaten Path is fast-paced, lighthearted, and sometimes even downright funny. Each show, we travel to many destinations in Pennsylvania, including restaurants, events, unique landmarks, and we talk with interesting people. So come with us off the Beaten Path.
Last night, he made his first rehab appearance in Baseball Town this season. Chase Utley was in at second for 8 innings and went 0 for 4 in the 10-inning 9-8 win for the Fightin' Phils. Tonight, it's the last game of the series between Reading and the Portland Sea Dogs, and Chase was in the lineup. Once again, top prospect for the Phils, Jesse Biddle, on the mound in the first. He records his first strikeout of the night to retire the side, bottom of 1. It'll be Chase to the plate. He will ground out to second to be 0-5. In this series. Top of 2 for Portland. Christian Vasquez up, and he will knock in the RBI with the single. They will get another one in the inning and go up 2-0. Bases loaded for the Fightin' Phils in the second. Sebastian Valle will hit the double to bring in 2 runs. Reading ties it up at 2s, but then with 2 outs and the bases juiced, Utley up to bat again. He will, unfortunately for the Fightin' Phils, strike out. A rough start for the second baseman and a tough loss for the Fightins. The final in Baseball Town, 5-2. The Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders have an all-star manager 3 times over. It was announced today that Dave Miley, skipper of the Rail Riders, will be the manager of one of the squads playing in the 26th annual AAA All-Star Game slated for July 17th in Reno, Nevada. It's Miley's 3rd go at the helm. He was also picked to be the manager in 2002 and 2008. He's tied for the most appearances in the game's 26 years. Brett Butler of the Reno Aces in the Pacific Coast League was named the other manager. Penn State football coach Bill O'Brien is getting a $1 million raise. His contract called for a base salary of $950,000. That's going up to $1.9 million starting on July 1st, according to contract terms released today by the school. Counting compensation for radio and television work and a Nike contract, O'Brien's total deal this year will be worth more than $3.2 million. More trouble for the New England Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez. He is being sued in South Florida by a man who says Hernandez shot him in the face after an argument at a strip club. Police in New England are investigating Hernandez's possible involvement in the death of Odin Lloyd, described as an associate of Hernandez. And the Flyers are buying out Danny Briere, who has 2 years left on his contract. The move cut $6.5 million off the Flyers' salary cap. They have to pay Briere 75% of his remaining money owed, about $3.75 million. On to the scoreboard. It's the decisive Game 7 in the NBA Finals. Either the Spurs or the Heat will be crowned the champions. Still up in the air, and a very close one there in the third quarter. In the Eastern League, Harrisburg and Akron both with losses tonight. International League, Iron Pigs shut out Toledo, and Russ Kanzler in at first again for the Tides. He went 2 for 4 in the 2-1 loss for Norfolk. In the majors, it took 10 innings for the Astros to take one over the Brewers. Tampa Bay wins 8-3 over the Yankees, and the Red Sox fall to Detroit. In the National League, Pirates win behind Pedro Alvarez's homer, double, and single. He had all 5 of Pittsburgh's RBIs. Cardinals lead in the 7th, and there is no score yet in the second inning between the Marlins and the Giants. Stick around, Joe's coming right back.
WYLN TV 35 is looking to hire a highly motivated, energetic salesperson for the Hazleton and surrounding areas. We offer a competitive salary and benefits package. Call 956-5772.
When your car has seen her last mile, you want to make sure her old parts and fluids go here and not here. At Harry's U-Pull-It, we dispose of your old car parts the right way, recycling every piece possible. From parts to fluids, when you bring your old car to Harry's, you'll know that our state-of-the-art system is keeping your footprint as green as possible. Harry's U-Pull-It.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Hi, I'm Chef Blue. Make sure you tune in to WYLN 35. Great recipes and great Italian cuisine only on WYLN 35.
All right, we're at 62 outside our station right now in Hazleton. The pressure coming in at 30.20 inches of mercury, and we have been dry since the midnight hour. All right, our live 35 Skycast Doppler statewide. Nothing to show you. It is dry across our area, and it will stay dry through the overnight hours. Temperature-wise right now, 70 at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport, 65 in Mount Pocono, 74 in Williamsport, 71 in State College. And it's still pretty nice out there temperature-wise across our area, even up in the Wyoming Valley area from Nanticoke to Wilkes-Barre, Kingston, and Lehman. Upper 60s to lower 70s. Winds averaging about 5 miles per hour or so. All right, here's a look at our satellite and radar. Nothing going on. A few clouds down toward the south. The rest of us looking pretty nice. Skycast precipitation and clouds. A few clouds here and there, but other than that, a lot of sunshine tomorrow and even heading into our Saturday. And it's going to continue to remain dry. It's going to be warm, but it won't be humid for tomorrow. It'll be warm, but it won't be too bad in terms of the humidity levels as we head into Saturday. But then after that, we crank up the numbers, we crank up the humidity as well as we start going into Sunday and all of next week. And because of that, we give you some showers and thunderstorms scattered in nature. 1 or 2 of them, maybe any one of those days, starting on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. Keep in mind, don't know where you'll be, but it's only a matter of 11, 12, about 2 hours and 7 minutes right now. We'll be starting officially summer.
Yay! Where's our
official start of
I was
summer.
trying to do the calculation quickly.
Okay. We want to say congratulations going out to Eugene Berlanda of Abervale and Ed Surcott. They are our last winners to the Beer Fest this Saturday at Genetti's. If you didn't win, you can get your tickets at the door. But congratulations to everyone who did win, and for those of you for watching, and we hope you have a great time. And tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we will be broadcasting live Topic A, Dave Yonkai and L.A. Tyrone. And then we will also be continuing from 6 until 8 with all the live festivities, the Awaken the Dragon ceremony, all the fun stuff going on at Riverfest. And on Saturday as well from 6 to 8:30 for Stanky and the Coal Miners. We hope to see you in Wilkes-Barre. So great weather, Joe says so. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Good night.